This video is going to be breaking down the stats for all of the melee weapons inside Halo Infinite's multiplayer to let you know which one is the best. If you enjoy weapon stat breakdowns and weapon comparisons for your favourite first-person shooter, don't forget to subscribe to the channel as we're trying to reach our goal of 10,000 subscribers, and click that link in the description down below and subscribe to our second channel. We will be posting extra content over there as well. As I said, the main focus for this video is to go over the 3 melee weapons that are currently inside Halo Infinite's multiplayer. The first is your fists, which everyone can use and you start off with. The second is the energy sword, and the third is the gravity hammer. And these are the 3 melee weapons, if you want to call them, that we tested for this video. Now, all of the melee attacks we tested with the MA40 assault rifle in hand. It doesn't matter which gun you have in your hand, you're always going to get the same stats. So it doesn't matter whether you're using an MA40, you're still going to get these same stats. So let's break down the actual numbers here. So ammo, first of all, is basically how much ammo you get with this weapon. Now, I know it kind of sounds weird, but you get 100% ammo when it comes to the energy sword, you get 100% ammo when it comes to the gravity hammer, and then when it comes to your melee fist, you've got unlimited ammo. You can basically punch as long as your heart's content. So 100% doesn't really mean much. So in terms of ammo lost, now if you're punching with your fist, you don't lose any ammo. You can continue to punch as much as you want. If you use the gravity hammer once, you actually lose 10% of that ammo. If you use the energy shield once, you use 15% of that ammo. So what this means is, in terms of the number of attacks you can get for your fists, it's absolutely unlimited. When it comes to the number of attacks you can get with one gravity hammer is 10 attacks, and the number of attacks you can get with one energy sword is 7 attacks. Now, ROA is the rate of attack, so how many attacks can you get in 1 minute? So the higher the number here is, the faster you can melee, essentially. So for the fists, it's 60 attacks per minute, and this is the fastest punching weapon in the game, if you want to call it. Then when you get the gravity hammer, it's 36 attacks per minute. And then for the sword, it's 54 attacks per minute. Now, I also calculated the time between attacks as well, because I wanted to know how long does it take after you've hit an enemy till you need to hit another enemy. Let's say you're getting pushed by 2 players. So the time between attacks for your fists is 1 second. The time between attacks for the gravity hammer is 1.5 seconds, and the time between attacks for the sword is also 1 second. Now, we also calculated the number of shots to kill, which is STK, and the number of shots to kill for your fists is going to be 2 hits. So you need to hit an enemy twice to kill them. One's going to break their armor, and then the second hit will finish them off. When it comes to the gravity hammer, if you're pretty much in point blank range, you're going to get a 1-hit kill. And then the same goes for the energy sword. If you're in point blank range, you're going to get a 1-hit kill. Now, I've added in a new stat, which is dad. Now, not your dad, but this is damage after depletion. And what this means is, once that 100% ammo runs out, does any of these weapons still do damage? Now, when it comes to your fist, there is no depletion, so you still continue to do the same amount of damage regardless. But when it comes to the gravity hammer and the energy shield, once you've ran out of your 100% ammo, you actually no longer do damage at all with these weapons. So once you've used them up, make sure you swap them out as soon as possible. The next thing I want to talk about is splash damage. Now, the gravity hammer is the only one of these melee weapons that actually has splash damage. And what that means is you can actually kill multiple opponents with 1 strike, especially if you're in point blank range. So even though it does kind of hit the slowest out of all of these melee weapons, you do get a good bonus at the fact that you can take out multiple opponents with 1 shot. Another thing with the gravity hammer as well is that you do get a bit extra range out of this melee weapon. Now, you're not going to get all of your damage, so if you are slightly further away from some enemies, you will be able to do some damage, but it's going to be a 2-hit kill at this point. Having said that though, with the other 2 melee weapons, so the sword as well as meleeing with your fists, it seems like you get some kind of lunge distance, but it only kicks in when you're a certain distance away from these enemies. Now, I can't exactly calculate this distance because there's no way of pinging enemies in this game to figure out exact distances, but if you're within like a certain distance of enemy players, you do get a little bit of a lunge. Now, that lunge distance is nowhere near as far as the range of the gravity hammer, so if you're wanting one of your melee weapons to have the largest possible range, which is a bit strange if you ask me, then you're looking towards the gravity hammer. Now, which one of these melee weapons do I think is the best? Now, first of all, I'm going to have to give it to the fists in general. First of all, they're the fastest at attacking overall. Also, you don't need to go looking for a weapon to pick it up in the first place. And on top of that, most of the time, some of the players you're going to be encountering are already slightly damaged, so you could potentially still get a one-hit kill with a standard melee. So if you've put bullets into an opponent already, or a teammate has already done so, then you might actually get a one-hit kill, so you never really know when it comes to standard meleeing. Now, if I had to pick between the two actual melee weapons here, I would choose the sword because the swiping animation is just way faster. You just don't want to get caught out swinging for no reason. Personally, I don't think either of these are great weapons to pick up over standard meleeing, but let me know what you think about these weapons down in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to subscribe to the channel as we're trying to reach our goal of 10,000 subscribers, and also click that link in the description down below and subscribe to our second channel. We will be posting extra content over there as well, and thank you very much for watching.